Well, welcome, ladies. Thanks for joining us for our quarter 2 meeting. We have some very cool and interesting things to talk about today, and let's get started. So as always, I like to go through our mission statement to remind everybody of what we're about. And our goal here is to provide resources to help women succeed in their careers as FileMaker developers. Now, to add on to that too, there are plenty of people like me who are not FileMaker developers, but we are here to support people and women in the FileMaker industry to, continue and improve their career. So there are plenty of people in sales and marketing and project management that are out there that are part of this group, and we welcome any of the rest that would like to join us here. Our goals are to provide networking opportunities, DevCon scholarships, which we have some exciting news on today, mentorship opportunities, and leadership opportunities. And we're doing that. So let me give a leadership update here. We've had some changes. The pause on error was it was intended to be a temporary lead. Lisette Wilson really crushed it as in that role. If any of you did not make the pause last May, sorry about that. And I'm sure that there will be a future women's presence at future pauses. But the lead as part of Women Innovating Together is no longer a role. Also in our marketing lead, Karen Stella took over from Martha Zink. So Martha's going to remain on the committee, but Karen has really stepped up and is doing a lot, and so she was willing to take over for Martha when Martha stepped down. The website and social media leads are now subcommittee leads, all formed under the marketing area. So that's been a change as well. We also have a new membership lead. We're finally going to get around to membership as an actual thing that we're going to focus on. So Chrissy Ferris is taken on that role, and she has already made some progress, and we'll introduce her a little bit later. The DevCon luncheon lead has changed to events. So Vanessa is doing more than just handling the luncheon, any event we have, and the chocolate party is potentially one of those. I'll let her talk about that when we get there. Those are events that we will manage and make it more than just lunching. There's also a whole bunch of new communication tools that we're going to get together after we get our 501c. We will be getting an update on where we are in that process today. G Suite, maybe Zoom, some other things like that are some things that we will actually be able to sign up for, and a lot of them give us as a nonprofit, a real nonprofit, not just, we actually are a nonprofit. We just aren't a 501c, so we're not a government approved one yet. So we're working on that. And there are communication tools that we can access for free once we are there. So look for those to come. And let's now go. Julie, are you here? I do see you there, so I'll let you unmute yourself, and I'll drive your slides and let you share. So we're going to talk with Julie Sigfrenius, who is our FileMaker Inc. liaison. Thanks for coming, Julie.
Hey, no, it's great. It's great to be here, and happy to have a few minutes with you guys. So one of the things that I wanted to float out to Women Innovating Together is an ask, and it relates to a project that I'm working on for partner recruiting and onboarding. So without any doubt, FileMaker has a great interest, and my team has a great interest in increasing the number of partners that we have in our FileMaker Business Alliance organization. And in in that, one of the projects that we have going on is to provide better guidance and better steps and better support around either professional developers that want to take the next step and become a partner, or businesses that are maybe developing in something else and want to maybe come over and learn about partnerships at the FBA level. And so on the developer community side of things, we're creating this whole new area for FileMaker partnerships. And the inset graphic that I'm showing you is just an example of a tool, a brand new tool that we're implementing that sort of does an onboarding step by step. And all it does is it says, you know, if I'm interested in becoming a partner, what do I need to learn? What things should I know about partnership before I would make a decision? And we have around, it sounds probably crazy, around 20 steps that we've outlined for kind of stepping through somebody who's investigating that process. And it's everything from watch a video, read our partner guide, learn about certification, learn about training before certification, actually, meet your partner manager. So it's a number of different things that are the common questions that we get asked by somebody who's thinking about becoming a partner. And in one of those steps, I have a great interest in introducing mentorship. So someone that might be saying, you know what, I'm really interested in partnering, but you know what, I'd like to get a mentor that could help me with the business of becoming a development business. Or they may even be newer to FileMaker, so it might be even learning the platform itself. Could be any of those areas. But when I started thinking about the word mentorship, and I hope this puts a smile on all of your face, I think of Women Innovating Together as a resource for mentoring. And I'm just wondering if there might be something we would want to pilot and try, where I could simply list a step of, if you're interested in mentoring, we have this wonderful group, and here's a link to their mentoring web, link about what their mentorship possibilities are, or what they mentor about, or how you could connect with them. So really the ask is, would you like to be part of the steps? If so, I would want to have a link to your site that would be how someone would find a mentor. And I looked at your site, and I think there's some stuff about how to become a mentor, but I wasn't finding how to find a mentor. And would you be willing to be a part of our recruiting and onboarding task? And you do whatever you want with mentorship. It would be, I wouldn't tell you what to do, or I'm not interested in telling you what to do, but being yet another resource for someone interested in taking that journey with FileMaker and partnership. So that's the tee up of the ask. I'll pause for a moment.
I'm going to let Maka jump in, and I think she probably has some input to add here.
Yes. Hi, Julie. First of all, it did put a big smile on my face, so thank you for saying that. You were right on with that. So we have on the website where you can sign up, and you have a form, and the form kind of has like interest levels. We call it focus areas. And so we just kind of list everything we could think of, like just techniques and marketing, whatever we could think of. So what I'm thinking is maybe what we could do is add like FBA onboarding or something like that. Like, do you think that would kind of work? And then the other option I'm thinking of is, because it might seem a little buried, because you won't know that kind of exists until you fill out the form, is we could have a completely separate form. Like, if you'd like FBA partnership, press this button and fill out this form, and have them be kind of two separate. I mean, I think it'll all end up in the same place. It'll all kind of end up feeding into the same database, which we would do matchmaking that way. But it might be a better user experience to just have a completely separate button and might seem a little bit more obvious.
Yeah.
But they exist as a support. So yeah, those are my
Right.
thoughts. But I think it's a cool idea, and yeah, like I would love to be part of it and help with this.
Awesome. So I'd love a separate form, so that it would be easy, first of all, to measure what's coming from us in our onboarding process directly to you. So I think that would be a very cool data point, and again, so that it's as clear as possible of a path and doesn't get buried with other really good things that you guys do. But
Yeah.
I would think that the people that are clicking that button are, I've already
Very
planned to
specific
be,
in their needs. Right.
yeah, you need a mentor, go here.
Yeah.
type
Totally.
thing. So,
So Julie, I want to clarify something. You said when you went to the website that you felt as though it was easy to find how to become a mentor, but not to find out how to be mentored, correct?
that was my impression, and maybe
Okay.
I misinterpreted it
No, that's
when I
good.
went there.
That's really
Mhm.
good feedback for us to go and look at, because I think we have separate places to do that, but if it's not clear, that's very good feedback. So thank you.
Well, it's actually, we have one form, so you can, and in there you can sign up. You can say, I want to be a mentor, I want to be a mentee, or I want to be both.
Okay.
So
we
it really is just one place that everyone goes to right now.
might need to work on the language to make that more clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So my only feedback to that was, and I didn't spend a huge amount of time, but I would say I spent about the average of what someone probably would spend looking at that page. And I did think it was how to become a mentor, not a mentee.
Mentee. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we should, make it more obvious. Oh, you know what we
Cool.
could do, Susan, just to make it even more obvious, like we could have separate buttons, like I want to be a mentor, I want to be a mentee, and it really just leads you to the same place. But then
Yeah.
it's a little more obvious that like these are different options.
I agree. We can make that an action item for us. I don't think that that's a big deal to solve, but it is
Right.
a big deal that it's not solved. So
Yeah.
we
All right.
can fix that.
User experience problems. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So all I would need as a follow-up then is whatever URL that you would like me to put in that particular step that somebody would be able to click on to go to whatever URL you want. So there's my hair's not on fire. This is whenever, in the next few weeks,
Okay.
is fine. But if you want to give me a unique URL so we can track it, that's up to you. I don't think I'll be able to track the clicks out of this very basic LMS system. It's more of a step-by-step thing. It's sort of a guide, if you will. I don't think I'll be able to track clicks out of it. So if you want to track clicks in from us, I think you would need to give me a unique URL.
Yep.
Okay. I have another question for you, Julie. So I kind of understand how we will get the mentees to the website. Have you had any thoughts about how we get the mentors to kind of sign up and be part of this?
Well, I think that's probably another, that's a kind of a separate project. This is in the area of the incoming for partnership, but we should probably have probably not today, but a separate discussion about how in our new partner community, that we would be able to invite for that. Cause I'd be happy to, make a call out for that. So what will happen between now and the next meeting is the new partner community will be unveiled. And then you're going to be able to take a look at that and go, oh, there's some really great places where we could probably fit in, and we could have a whole discussion about what that is.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
Very exciting.
All right.
I think next slide.
I will take you to the next one.
All right. And this one was an easy one. It's called Check-in for DevCon. And I highlighted the stuff that I care about for deadline purposes, and so does Sherry, which is don't forget your artwork deadline. which are pretty important, and June 1 or earlier. Feel free to send earlier. But then in particular, the luncheon, we did set a deadline of when we need to have the actual numbers, which will be July 15. Needs sort of a ballpark probably already into Sherry, so that is an action that should be taken right away. And then one other note, I was trying to register for the luncheon on your site, and it says 2019 in the date, but then when I click to register, the form says 2018. So you probably want to just update that so you're getting that logged for the right year.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. We will update that. Is there a day and a time yet decided for that?
You put it on your site.
Well,
and I think
that might be the 2018 information.
No, it's the 6th of August. I saw it on your site. I don't say you put it on your site. I'm being facetious. But the date and time listed on your site, I did sync back with Sherry, and it is fine, and it is correct, and we are all on the same page.
Awesome. That's good news.
Yeah, no worries. No problem.
That might have come from Vanessa. She might have had more information than I did.
I'm not sure actually where that date came from. I wasn't aware there was anything live on the website, so I will circle back on that.
No worries. No worries. We're in good shape, though. But yeah, so I just, we need to get a ballpark count at least so Sherry can start making sure she's got a room for the lunch with what we anticipate will be the number. So that email into Sherry and CC me by the appropriate person would be appreciated. And then are we doing a chocolate party in my suite? I just need to know a count and date for that so that I can plan for that as well. That does not have to be today, but in the next week or two would be great.
Sounds good.
That's all I have.
Great. I do show that all other asks are needed by April 1st, which was 8 days ago. So we probably missed that deadline, although Vanessa did send a pretty detailed spreadsheet with the initial asks. So Vanessa, were they all included in that? There's nothing new, right?
Everything I think that oh, sorry, my computer just switched screens. Everything that I had as far as like the details, I think I had like 30 something lines on my spreadsheet. Yeah. Should have been included, but I can resend that if needed as well.
Yeah, let's make sure Sherry has that in hand.
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, so Vanessa, awesome. Could you please copy me on that? I don't think I was in the original copy if you sent it.
Yeah, definitely. I'd send it to Susan for the original ask. So I'll just copy, I'll send it to you and Sherry and CC Susan on that.
Yeah, I think I sent you, Julie, it is a separate document from our other asks because Vanessa had done such a good job of being very specific, and I didn't feel like that we needed to totally recreate her wheel.
Okay, missed it.
That's okay.
So I'll need
to.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Do you have a deadline for the DevCon Buddy stuff? Like I don't know, the stickers, or if we're going to do that.
Well, we're doing ribbons, right? So I think that just gets printed with the other ribbons.
Oh, did we decide to do ribbons? Okay.
I think, isn't that what we decided? That's what it says here.
I for FileMaker, we believe we're doing the ribbons. Anything that's green is go. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Awesome. So I don't think we need any artwork here. I think we just need the booth stuff and the handouts.
Okay. And then are we doing like a different color ribbon for rookies versus ambassador? Is it going to have text on it, or how are people going to know what it is?
So Sherry, I don't know if they will be different colors, but Sherry will call them out as different ribbons. So whether that will be a color or text on the ribbon, I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
So
one will be called, one will be called DevCon Buddy Ambassador, and one will be called DevCon Buddy Rookie.
Okay, so should I reach out to her? If we could get text on there, that would be really cool. And they could be the same color, I don't care. But I think text would be like, would kind of help spread the word because then people walking around will be like, oh, what does that mean? You know? And then it'll,
Right. I think that's the intent of the ribbon.
Awesome.
So the ribbon, like when I say ribbon, like the ribbons where you see people attach them to their badges that say they're an SBA partner or they're a speaker or they're from
gotcha.
Mexico. It's a designated.
Got it.
You
Okay,
follow
cool.
me?
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking it was the lanyard. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That makes more sense. Okay, cool. That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Julie, anything else?
No, just you guys are great.
Thank you. Thank you for all your help. All right. We are moving on to Vanessa with events.
Hi. Okay. So just a quick kind of update here. I know Susan covered it a little bit, but I'm really trying to transition from just the luncheon to incorporating other events with kind of being able to have different goals for different types of events and different purposes this year. And we've had some talk internally in our leadership team about adding the chocolate party and trying to do that at as kind of a gathering place and trying to do that kind of with a lower budget if we can, to keep it accessible to everyone and open to everyone, but also trying to make sure that we're being conscious of the financial side of that, as far as wanting to make sure that we're using our money towards scholarships and honoring that and that goal within our organization. So in that vein, Julie has generously offered her suite for the chocolate party, which will be awesome. And talking to some of the ladies that have previously gone to the chocolate party that's been kind of informally done over the years, it really will be kind of everybody bring your own from your local area, something that represents where you're from, which I think will also present a really cool opportunity to learn about the different places and different cuisines and different things that make each of the places we come from unique. So that kind of will be a little bit of the expanding out into other events this year, as well as just kind of evaluating that after this year and seeing what we would like to do kind of around that DevCon week and how we want to get out into the greater FileMaker community. So kind of this year, as far as goals for the luncheon, just really providing that network opportunity for all the women in attendance at DevCon, a place to connect with friends, hear about what's going on in the WIT FM community, and meet the scholarship winners, learn about the different committees and different ways to get involved, and really try and deepen those relationships. And then for the chocolate party this year, really is kind of just a more laid back event. Getting to meet other people. It's going to be open to everyone. Really trying to find people to get involved in mentorship, get the word out about the scholarship program and start getting in some pledges for 2020. And depending when in the week we end up doing this, kind of the DevCon Buddy initiative and how we can incorporate and support that as well. So that's really a getting the word out there kind of event as far as this year. So that is kind of an overview of those two things. I would love for anyone that is interested to reach out and get involved in our Slack line and get involved in our committee. We would love to have you. That's about it for me.
And thank you, Vanessa. I'll jump in here. If you would like to join our Slack channel and you are not on it, please email me at susan@beyondthechaos.biz. My address will show on the last slide, but I will be happy to add you to our Slack channel. It is for women only, and it is for us to be able to stay in community all the time. And I see Barb Levine has posted a how will people hear about the chocolate party? Trust me, we will be hitting Twitter, our Facebook page. We'll probably email our list. We will post it on the FM community site. So the word will be out there. Traditionally, it has been almost a word of mouth thing. There hasn't been, much information publicly shared. So this will probably be, you'll be more likely to hear about it this way, since there will be information purposely put out there as opposed to the past years where it's just kind of been word of mouth. So watch all of our feeds as always, and we will of course be discussing it in Slack. So if you want to help Vanessa and you're on Slack, ping her. If you are not on Slack and you don't wish to be, you can email her, vanessa@recruitingprosoftware.com. All right, thanks, Vanessa. Appreciate it. Next, we're coming to the 501c. So, Linda, I'm going to invite you to unmute yourself and give us a little update of where we are in the process here. Oh, you're on the phone. I might have to unmute you. I will do that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. Mine is actually short and sweet. We have our EIN number. We have our bank account. We have an Articles of Incorporation that's been accepted by the state of Texas. We are through the 1023 form and the bylaws as much as we as amateurs can do. And now we're in the process of seeking out professional help to finish the process here. It'll probably be a CPA or an attorney, and but we're not going to. We're going to wait here until after tax season is over, when they slow down a little bit, and then we're just going to continue the process. So thanks for all the hard work. I know a lot of people put in a lot of extra time. Karen, Elizabeth, Bev, Susan. And that's where we're at.
So for those of you who don't know what a big undertaking this has been for Linda and this team, the forms are intense. The details that you have to fill out are intense. There have to be bylaws and history and all sorts of things that they've been working on collecting. So big, huge shout out to all of you strong and powerful women for taking this on. It's most appreciated. All right. Next, we have, I'm going to do donor relations here. Elizabeth is at Pause X in Tulum, so she is missing today, but we have paid for all 4 of the scholarships. I'm going to let Sarah, when we get to her, actually talk about awarding them. But not only were we able to do regular registration, we also added training day, and we were able to get 5 nights for them of their room and tax paid. So great fundraising done by all. Keep up that hard work. We would like to be able to continue to maintain this level of sharing and giving, but we have to have money to do it. And there are other expenses as well, like for the CPA or lawyer that we will need to complete this process, and we will have real books to do, so we'll need an accountant moving forward. There are going to be some expenses. We're going to keep them to a minimum, but we need to help pay for all of that. Donors can send checks directly to us. I probably should have put the mailing address in there, but it is on the website. But you can also go to the GoFundMe page. If you mail a check, it doesn't take any fee out. So we get more of your money, basically, if it is mailed. But the GoFundMe is easy, and it lets you use a credit card. So that will stay live until July 31st. So that is an update from Elizabeth. And moving on, is Sarah on the call? It's probably the middle of the night.
I'm here, yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So I get the really fun and exciting stuff of congratulating our winners this year. So we've got Becca, I hope I say the next name right, Sine, Michelle, and Marie. Two of those are from our memorial scholarships, which are honoring some of the FileMaker community members that are no longer with us. So you can see those two there. And we really just want to thank everybody that did submit and apply for the scholarship. We're so excited about our winners this year, and our winners are very excited. The response that I've had back from initial contact has just been amazing. And we're working with FileMaker to just kind of get all the details ironed out. Little bit of trivia, we've got winners this year from the US, Sweden, and Japan. So that's really cool to see kind of how far we've been able to reach out with our message and with our opportunity that we have here. So very, very happy to announce that.
That's so cool that we've gone global.
Yeah, very much, very much. It's been a unique experience as well, trying to, find out how they've figured out about the message and their journeys and reading all of their stories. It's been really interesting and enlightening. And so it'll be cool once they're there for them to share their stories as well.
That's great. Thanks so much for taking care of that. Sarah and her team read a lot of applicants' submissions and got to choose the winners. And it takes a lot of work to dig through all that. So thank you.
Linda and Nikki couldn't have done it without them. They were awesome. And they had a lot of fun reading through all the submissions. It was great.
So fun. Thanks so much.
No problem.
All right. So now we get to introduce Chrissy. Chrissy Ferris has jumped in and has offered to lead the membership committee. And this is a new committee. You'll see that the role here is to attract and retain members, recommend membership policies to the board, and maintain a database of current members, which we are now in the process of collecting. So I will let Chrissy take it from there.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also don't have a long update, but basically my main priorities at this point are, as Susan mentioned, we need to get a list of who we are talking to together. We have many lists of people, and part also of the 501c process is clarifying what is the member of our organization, what are the requirements, what does that mean? And I think that as we figure that out, it will make it much easier to also then attract members, because it will be clear what exactly you're signing up for. So that's pretty much where I'm at, very beginning phases, but looking forward as we go along, and certainly by DevCon to have much more clarity around this, and also open to committee members. So if anyone is excited about joining a committee or telling me more about what you think about membership, please definitely reach out to me, and we can make that happen.
Thanks, Chrissy. I really appreciate you taking this on. This is new, and as it's new, it's a big undertaking. It's not just maintaining it. She's going to have to build the database. Luckily, she knows a software that
Some kind of software we could use to manage all of this data.
Thanks, Chrissy. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is Maka talking about mentorship.
Hi, everybody.
I don't know why your slide is blank. Do you have another slide in here? I don't know. That. It
might have been multiple.
Yours is awesome. You built it, so I'll build it again.
You can just display it all. It's fine. All right. So with the mentorship program, our goal is to provide mentorship, obviously, and connect new mentors with mentees. And we've also are launching, or have launched last year, and we're going to do it again this year, DevCon Buddy. So I'd love participants in that this year at DevCon, for all of you planning to attend. And I'd like to thank Christy and Teresa for helping me with. Christy has been helping with the mentorship, and Teresa with the DevCon Buddy. And I don't think we have any big news, any major updates besides Julie's cool news at the beginning of the session. But yeah, that's about it for mentorship, and love to have any help. Anybody's interested in participating in the mentorship committee, let me know, and you could join our Slack as well.
So, Maka, one of the things that you had been mentioning before was doing the speaker cheerleaders for first-time speakers at DevCon.
Yes,
How would somebody sign up to, as a speaker, to want a cheerleader, or as a cheerleader to want to be able to go and support a speaker?
I was thinking, I was actually thinking about once they have the speakers public listed, I was thinking about reaching out to all the women speakers and just asking them if they
Okay.
want, if they would like, and that way I could find somebody that way. I don't think it makes sense to kind of put up a form or anything like that on our website. And then if you are speaking, you could just contact me directly on Slack. But yeah, that was my thought
Okay.
initially.
Sounds
Yeah.
That's great. Awesome. Thanks very much. And we will move on to another new lead here, Karen, who has taken over the marketing area. Let her give us a little update of where things are there.
All right, I've unmuted me. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi. Let's see. So marketing, I was expecting virtual meetups to come up next, but I'll go for it. I have everything I needed from FileMaker to finish what I was doing for the logo. So I started on the style guide. The color for the logo is finalized. So I was going to replace the set that's up there on Google Drive. And let's see. See, I told you I'm a little distracted this week, so I'm a little unfocused. I guess we have the materials for the banners to be concerned with, so I wasn't sure if you guys want me to help out with designing that, but let me know if you do.
Yes,
Or I
yeah.
can just provide all the art you need.
Yes. We definitely could use some help.
Okay, and then I am actually, through the website, going to segue with the virtual meetup because I'm thinking that I would like to have on the website a separate place for the virtual meetup uploads. I'm learning how to do some video editing, and so once I get what I need done, I can post the 2 meetings that we've had. And then the next meeting coming up, we have Martha on the hook. Is Martha with us today? Ta-da.
She is here.
Okay, so she's going to decide what day this month she would like to present and what her topic will be, and then we'll be ready to start publicizing that.
It's fantastic. So Karen has taken on 2 roles here, the marketing as well as the virtual meetup. So I'm going to put the shout out for her for a call for volunteers to help her with either of these 2 committees. I'm sure she cannot do it all by herself, and I know she'll try. I know she'll try.
Especially on the video thing, because I hate the fact that I haven't posted them yet, but there's a challenge I have that I have no idea how to do with iMovie, because that's all I've got to work with. So that's why they're still sitting on my drive.
Well, understandable. So we will, if anybody is out there that can support in either of these areas, please let us know. I don't want Karen to get burned out. I love how hard she works for us, and I want to keep her excited and happy about it and not stressed out about it. So anybody that's willing to help, please come and help. Thanks, Karen, appreciate it. All right, so last on the list here, Laramie, we have you up to talk about the DevCon booth and what you might need as we move forward with that. And you're muted. Let me unmute you.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, so I was chatting within our channel, but I'll put it out here. For the booth efforts, since we're within our 2-month period of needing to have everything over to FileMaker, first we need to work on both the design for the booth banner, and then we also need to work on any copy and material that would be needed for the excuse me, for any marketing material, paper, flyers, brochures, or anything that we as a group would like to have available at the booth. And then we also will need, we're going to need the things that FileMaker will not be providing for us at the booth is a computer to be able to run a computer or some sort of like hard jump drive or something so that we can run our slides of images from last year's DevCon. And if we need another iPad or some sort of device at the booth to be able to register mentors, mentees, and donors while we're at the booth. So I'll put together a list of the things that we'll be needing, and I'll post it up onto the Slack channel.
That's great. Thanks, Laramie. I would like to crowdsource these so that we don't end up having to spend money renting them or whatever. So
Yes.
Anybody that is willing to share, or, even if we have to change out computers between things, that's fine. We can just, have several people that are willing to share. I think crowdsourcing is the best way to do that. I learned a lot about crowdsourcing when I was working on the pause thing with the team there, and we need to do more of that.
Do we know of anyone who is attending DEF CON that's local, like to Orlando?
Maka, there, Small Co is not. They're in Miami, though.
Yeah, Miami. They're not far.
They're not far. They probably would be driving. So
yeah, okay.
That might be someone to reach out to.
Jeremy Brown.
Jeremy Brown, and he's a big fan of women innovating together. So
yes, I'm sure he would not mind if we mail stuff to him.
Yes, last year I was your person, and I will definitely be playing this year. So if you could reach out to him, I know you know him well. If you could reach out to him and find out if that's okay, and tell him, we'll be careful with his address. We won't just post out there publicly or something like that. Good thought on that, Maka. Thanks, Laramie. I appreciate the update. And the next time we're talking is actually July 9th as a big group. For those of you who are not leads, we do have a lead meeting every month. So we always continually talk about this stuff, and we talk about it in Slack as well. So this isn't the only communication that we have. We talk a lot of details between these things, but we will only have one more big meeting like this before DEF CON. So it's Tuesday, July 9th, same time as today. And if you have, we have almost 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes left. If there are any questions, suggestions, ideas, anything, we'd love to hear it. You can type it in the chat, or feel free just to unmute yourself and talk.
I had an idea for Chrissy, not to add any more to your plate, but have you thought about doing recruiting like at colleges or something like that to kind of get, I don't know, people into FileMaker and into women innovating together who may not even have any FileMaker exposure at all?
No. Are you volunteering?
No.
Great idea. Now you're in charge, right? Isn't that how it works?
I love that idea, though. I mean, I think that's a really, really awesome idea.
If I wasn't doing like 100 other things, I would totally do it. But I talked to Elizabeth a little bit about that. I know she's kind of interested too. So I don't know, maybe she'd be willing to help.
That's a great idea, Maka. This is Vanessa. I know I've gone to, because we have University of Wisconsin-Madison right down the street from where I am, and I've tried to go to quite a few of the different events and meetup groups that they have for, they have a group called Code Cinderella, which is like a playoff of Cinderella. And so I've tried to go to a few of their groups. It would be wonderful if we had kind of a set, not necessarily presentation, but if we had materials that we could give them to go to for resources instead of me just giving out a business card or something like that, I think that would be great. And I would love to try and be more active in that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like any of us, because we are all over the country, right? Like we could all go to like job fairs at a college near us and kind of, expose people to FileMaker and, especially women.
Oh, Bev, good idea. Website pages just for recruiting. I'm posting that in the chat. That's not a bad idea, because those of us that would be willing to go to our alma mater or somewhere down the road might not, know what to say. So having that as a reference and a landing page as well to send people to would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes, I'm like, Maka, you're asking her to recruit. She just has to gather all this data first.
We don't even know who we are.
And I don't know if we wanted to make that maybe a completely separate committee, because that could potentially be
Recruiting.
like a big undertaking. Yeah, recruiting. Exactly.
It could be. And then just working really with Chrissy on the membership to, accept people into it and track them and all that.
I think that would go a lot into what FileMaker's wanting to do with onboarding, that there could be a lot of linking that could happen with that. They might have some material that we could access as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it sounds like we may need to get for the moment, subcommittee of membership together and have at least a conversation about, where the interest is and where we want to go. But I think you're totally right. Sounds very much in line with what FileMaker Inc. is also wanting to do. So that seems like there should be a lot of support.
So and Elizabeth is not on this call, but I know that this has been something that she has been interested in, and I'm not going to volunteer her to take yet another lead role after she's already done two. But Elizabeth, if you're listening to the recording, let us know if you're interested. And if anybody else is interested in being a recruiting lead, please let us know. That could be definitely an area that we could start to focus on, but everyone is very spread out. Everybody is very involved in doing a lot of things. So asking existing people to take on more is probably not going to make it happen. So these are your leadership opportunities being presented to you right here. And Linda, you have posted in chat, you said it would be cool if we had some standard stuff that we could share everywhere. I think that that's a good idea. And we have started collecting some things on a Google Drive, but it is not out there, public. So we might be able to peruse through some of that stuff and see what might be appropriate to go on the website or to be that could be downloaded in certain situations. So just takes time and organization and planning. That's all.
Susan?
Yes.
Are we able to do a leads call on Facebook, do a drive on that, a little bit of awareness, and see if we can get any kind of bites from there?
What do you mean?
Like see if anybody in the FileMaker community group.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do a little drive in that.
We can post for all of those things. So Laura, you're here, right? She is here. I see her. There she is. Hi, Laura. Can we get a post to go out to several of, or to all of our things, looking for committee members for the events and marketing and virtual meetups and membership, as well as a lead for a potential recruiting role? And you could direct them to maybe email me and I can direct them, we can get them set up.
Okay.
I might ask too, I'm not, and I mean, I guess if I get volunteers, I'm totally happy for that. I feel like we may be in a better place in membership to have more committee members once we sort of know what membership is, but
right.
I'm not going to turn people away.
Yeah. So maybe membership is not something we call for right now. Maybe it's the others for right now, because those are more urgent. And you're right, Chrissy. And until you have something to actually delegate and set up, it's not useful to have people sitting there going, but I said I wanted to help, and then there's no help to give, right?
Right.
So Laura, drop membership from that. And if you can post that to all of our things, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, any other ideas, suggestions, things you want to bat around? Okay, I will get the recording process this afternoon. We'll get it posted out to everyone. And thanks so much. I appreciate everyone coming. I appreciate the attendance and the participation. Y'all have a great week. Bye.
Thank you, Susan.